Hello and welcome back to Crew 42's coverage of the Greater Peoria Open presented by Innova, powered by Power Grip and Double Eagle Disc Golf. We are back at Northwood Black Disc Golf Course in Morton, Illinois for our MPO lead card, round 3 of this event, this A-tier here in the area. So excited to see how this is going to pan out. I am joined on the commentator's mic with Debo. How you doing?
Good, Zach. How you doing? I'm really looking forward to see what we can all do on this final round.
Yeah, we had a little bit of movement at the top of the card there. Collin shooting lights out over at Sunset Hills is going to claim the lead. Fredy in second place there. GT Hancock moving up from chase card to lead card, and we've got you in a solid fourth place position right now. You guys are battling out for third, and it looks like Fredy and Collin trying to fight for first. They're going to have to get a birdie here if they want to set a good pace here on hole 1, 455. What's the play to get that?
Well, you have that flex forehand on the right side that you might see from a couple players, and you have that hyzer flip with a flippy-ish fairway right down the middle because you would rather be right than left.
Yeah, OB on the left side. We saw Collin throwing a lot of forehands at Sunset Hills. It's kind of his go-to play. And that looks like a pretty solid layup for a par, would you say?
Yeah, he could give it a long bid, but yeah, probably just a par play.
Fredy, we know he can shred this course. He played very well at Champions Cup. This is looking a little left, though.
Yeah, a little left. I might hit that OB.
It does, in fact, trickle OB. He'll be very edge of circle, too, maybe just outside from that position.
Yeah, long putt to save par.
GT now. We had him on the practice round. This one is not going to slice through that right side. Kicks left, but short of the OB. He'll have a hyzer approach from that position. Is this that rock?
Yeah, I was feeling confident in the rock over a fairway, but didn't work out the best.
Yep, at least it was right side, a little short though, so we'll see what you have position-wise for your approach. At 455, it is a pretty lengthy par 3, but it's pretty far downhill, so I don't think the distance is too much of a problem as GT gets himself well next to the basket with his approach. Little forehand flick from
Not with that double hawk again.
Yeah, a little forehand flick with you. Not as close as it was yesterday, but you'll have a putt from there.
Yeah, definitely a tester to start your day.
Would you prefer to start with a tester?
I don't think so. I'd rather have like a tap in and just get my tester on like hole 2 or 3 when my nerves are less, you know?
Okay, I can respect that. But if
hole 1, you could be playing the littlest C tier or the biggest A tier. Usually hole 1, you're pretty nervous.
Yeah. But if you make it, it's going to skyrocket your confidence.
For sure.
Fredy from way downtown. No way.
Wow. What a putt.
Fist pumping from Fredy. That's one way not to lose strokes on the card there.
Yeah, he's feeling it today with that bucket hat. Yeah, this was like outside circle, probably like 35 feet.
Very nice. Looks like you got that putting corrected from yesterday.
Yeah, I definitely did some putts after yesterday's round.
Couple tap-in pars. Nothing too crazy here. The hole averaged 3.43, so our card playing slightly above the average there, about a fourth of a stroke. There was one birdie in the round by Ryan Stilton, so congrats to him getting the solo birdie in round 3. But that moves us over to hole 2, the stretch of par 4s to start our round, 580 feet. There's 2 shots here in order to execute the birdie. The first one I would say is mostly just straight, maybe a little left to get yourself in position. And then what's difficult about this second shot to get your birdie?
Well, there's a lot of ground play, there's a lot of trees, and you kind of have to hit that angle pretty perfect to like get yourself inside the circle and have a good putt at it.
Collin's going with a forehand. Do you think that's a common play?
Yeah, this is the more aggressive play, I feel like. So get that skip, and that looks amazing.
He's going to be in great position. Nice flippy disc. Fredy now. Going to try to match the shot Collin just had. Touch on the
a little short, but he should be able to work with that.
GT now. Going with the backhand. Looks like a mid-range in his hand.
Yeah, I know he's throwing mixed bags this year, so I don't know all the disc he has in his bag.
Well, whatever it was, he put it in a great spot, it looks like. He'll be able to see down the fairway.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You going with that rock. This looks on the left side, which is right where you want it. And a good,
yep, kind of right next to GT. We should be looking right at the basket.
Great shot from you two. Fredy's going to have a little bit of a turnover shot from this side of the fairway, looks like. Doesn't quite...
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing from where he was.
Yeah, it doesn't quite stable up as much as I bet he wanted, but very similar position he had in round one. He made a putt from probably identical position. He'll know what that looks like. Looks like a rock-rock combination from you here, drifting right. Dang.
One of the last trees. Yeah, that would have been a really nice shot right there because it was low enough to just slide up right to the basket.
Yeah, a little bit of height, it leaves you in danger, huh?
Yeah, it just kind of sails over the little hill that the basket's on. It's kind of weird.
GT, trying to avoid those trees you just hit. This does not look like it has enough anti-flex, but that's a pretty good kick.
Yeah, he's got a putt for birdie.
He'll take any of those during a round out at Northwood Black.
See, this is where the aggressive play will get you, just kind of a straight little putter shot.
Looks to be on a little too much hyzer in height. As you mentioned, sailing it over the hill, he'll have a circle's edge putt, but contesting the bush he just landed in.
Here's my double hawk. I'm trying to give it a safe bet. I know this will sit close to the basket if I miss.
Oh, very good bid. It hit the pole, so you had a great line on it.
Yeah, because if you miss a putt here, it can easily go to 30, no problem.
GT just a little bit wide there. Not too far, though, so he'll have that left for his par. Fredy now, trying to get on the board. Yes, sir. He was under par, one of the few people, like I think there were only 2 people under par through 9 holes in round 1. He was one of them. He's looking to have a similar, if not better, round today if he's going to try to chase down Collin, who also cashes in a birdie here on hole 2.
Yeah, great putt from Collin. His putting's looking so good this weekend.
GT cleans up his par. You're going to do the same. Not too bad. Taking a look at averages on this hole, averaging 4.23. So a little bit over par. Overall, our card was doing pretty well on that. Averaging a half stroke under par. But hole 3 here is a little more difficult in my opinion. Par 4 again, 604 feet. What's the danger for here?
Well, danger would be hitting early and going left or right. You really want to get to the bottom of the hill right there, and it should be an easy par from there. But anywhere short of that is very difficult.
Basket sits in a little cove, you might say, at the very end of the hole, but the water that surrounds this hole is not OB. In fact, it is casual. This looks a little turned over, but misses some trees. Great break for Collin, dead center fairway.
Yeah, you'll like that.
Fredy now. He's going to go with that backhand. Last time he went inside gap, missed all the trees. This looks a little better, maybe. No, still inside. Great kick. Also, apparently all the tree kicks go dead center of the fairway here. Who'd have known? GT really was noticing how much power he had added to his forehand, especially at Sunset Hills when he was attacking that course. Shot a -9. I believe he started his round going bogey, so really good round considering the way he started.
Yeah, I did see that, and that's an incredible forehand. He's way up there.
Yeah, that's a perfect execution. You're trying to match that with something flippy. I'm imagining some type of a mid-range here.
Yeah, that's an element from Gateway. That's my flippier one.
And that is going to be a little deep. Probably wanted that to turn over a little bit more.
Yeah, a little deep, but there should still be some gaps over there. But yeah, you wanted to turn over just like Fredy's.
Farthest back, but has a good line here. Looks to be trying to sneak in that right side and hyzer in.
Oh my God.
Making a run for the basket.
I knew it was going to be close, but not that close.
Yeah, GT was talking to me during the round when we had one of our backups saying that he eagled it either last year or the year before. It would have been awesome to see him do it twice, but he'll have that putt left for birdie. Collin just settles to be on top of the plateau there. He'll have a long downhill putt for his birdie. Is that the same disc for you?
No, that's a Gateway blade. It's very similar to a Firebird.
Oh, boy. Yeah, there's that sharp edge action on the ground there. Skips you a little farther away from the basket than where you landed, but great shot from your position still.
Yep, I'll take that all day. This is one of the best drives I've seen on this hole.
Yeah, he's so far up there, he actually purposely is taking the hyzer gap into the little pocket and parking this hole for his birdie.
Absolutely amazing.
Collin now to keep the pressure on Fredy for the lead. Tickles them chains, but doesn't get it to fall. He will have a 10-foot putt for his par. Another tester for you, Debo.
I know.
Not a tester anymore, Debo. That's just birdies.
Yep, after the first one, I was feeling pretty confident in that, like you said earlier. Once you make the first one, it definitely helps you a lot.
Oh, Fredy a little obstructed. That's going to miss on the right side. Fredy's going to also have to walk away with a par, on this hole, which isn't too bad. Taking a look at stats, the hole actually plays slightly easier than hole 2, but has fewer birdies, averaging 4.1. But so far, our lead card playing well underneath the par of the course based on the field. Hole 4, though, might be the most difficult challenge yet. 637 feet. I think you want your first drive to be as far as possible. A little right is okay. You might see some forehand kind of approach shots, taking the gap where the drone is right now. Let it hyzer into that pocket before you take a backhand righty approach through this gap, trying to get over the water, and 2, giving yourself a putt for birdie. How much error do you have off the tee here to hit an optimal window for that second shot there, Debo?
For the second shot, not too much. The first shot's pretty high, but the second shot, the ceiling gets pretty low because there's a lot of hanging branches.
So an optimal tee shot is needed, and GT looks like he is in a prime position there on the right side.
Yeah, that's literally where you want to be.
Going backhand for you here. Miss it. Oh, no.
And this is where you don't want to be.
That's right. Even though the water that direction is casual, it kind of a drop off and adds a stroke at least to the hole. So hopefully you're on the edge.
Yeah, luckily that one just dropped right to the ground. I got really lucky.
This is looking really good from Collin.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he's on the left side of the fairway. How pinched is that angle for his approach?
He's going to be a little pinched, but with his forehands, he might be able to turn something over pretty nicely.
Fredy looking to correct his last hole, try to get a birdie here. This is looking really far up there, maybe just a touch short. Probably a forehand from there, do you think? Or will he have a backhand angle?
Yeah, it's mainly a forehand. The backhand is very hard from there. Like when you're that tucked on the left, it's very hard.
Looks like just a layup from you with a pretty fortunate roll there.
Yeah, I was just trying to get myself in a good spot to try to get my par.
GT. Basket's tucked around that corner. He just needs to hit this on hyzer or let it fade that way. And that tree kick didn't help, but the second tree kick did. He is on the platform for a birdie look.
Yeah, that was a great second tree.
Collin now from a knee, not optimal. Oh, trying to go off the bridge, but is just going to go off the railing instead. He'll be down there. Depending on where he lands, he may be able to take it behind the bridge there for his putt. Only if he's in the water. Ooh, bad kick.
Yeah, that one just early release. It was a little weird footing down the hill, but it's okay. Casual water.
Yep, nothing too terrible with the water involved. And Fredy trying to snake past those last guardian trees, and he squares that one in the middle. Oh, high left. Nice little pitch up for you. I mean, it feels like every time you throw that disc, it gets close to the basket.
I have to agree. I'm starting to like that disc more and more.
The more you watch it, you're like, maybe I should throw that more often, huh? Collin from way downtown didn't really look like a bid. Maybe just a pitch for a guaranteed 4. Opening the window here for Fredy for a stroke.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Freddie's big putt on 1. He birdies 2. I mean, he pretty much should have birdied 3. He is looking very dangerous out here at Northwood Black right now.
Yeah, he pretty much birdied hole 1 too with the OB stroke.
Yeah, he is looking good on the course. And that's a dangerous thing here. I think Fredy probably coming into this tournament was the smart money just because he's had so much success at this specific course, which can really take a toll on people's scores. He lost.
Yeah, during our round on Friday, he told me he was going to win on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I was going to say he lost some strokes on Saturday at Sunset Hills, and he's looking to get him back here. Hole 5, though, plays as one of the easiest holes on the course, 451, just a putter shot to the corner. Then from there, depending on how far up you get, you either got a little forehand pitch or backhand turnover, depending on your angle. We got GT up first. Speaking of people who's playing well, he is also 2 down through the first 4 holes. Maybe looking to make a push to Fredy if he decides to slip up. And with a drive like that, he is in a prime position for another birdie.
Yeah, that was a great drive. Just to the left of that tree.
Little surprised to see Fredy go wider on the hyzer here. I think he was trying to truncate some distance from what he did in round 1, but unfortunately it carried extra far and landed almost in an identical position.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to take some distance off and put some hyzer on it, but looks like he ended up in the same exact spot.
Sometimes when that smooth happens, you just get that extra snap, whether you want it or not. And Collin takes advantage of his position, and he is also in a prime place for a birdie look.
Yeah, he's in the perfect spot.
That a wizard from you?
That's a warlock.
Okay. Just behind that tree, probably a forehand look or... Yep, never mind, we're there. It's a forehand look. Is that your blade?
Yep, that is my blade again.
So what's... If anything, what's the trickiest part about this approach shot up over the hill? The hole does play as one of the easiest par 4s on the course, but I don't think this approach shot is as easy as people often make it look.
Yeah, you have to keep it pretty low because there are some branches that hang pretty low, like that tree right there. But it is one of the easier approaches on the course, but it's still pretty difficult.
Collin says, difficult. No way. I'm going to put it right by the basket.
Yeah, Collin could do that in his sleep, how good he is with forehands.
Being a blind shot, it feels like the distance may be tricky, but you guys seem to have this dialed. Fredy going way up on Annie, trying to get a lucky break. Crashes through some trees, and the cameraman's got to move a little bit so you can peek just around the base of that tree and see his disc. Nice job. 15 foot for a birdie. Look.
Yeah, that was a great shot. It's very difficult from where he was.
One more approach here from GT. This is pulled early and not in a good place.
Yeah, I was really surprised he didn't go with the forehand there.
Throwing a hammer here, trying to pitch up and around these trees. Try to scoot towards the basket. And an unfortunate ground pop there is actually going to kick backwards, probably circle's edge. Oh, just a smidge low. Great line, though.
Yeah, felt good. I thought it was in, just a little short.
GT now with that tree in his way, trying to save the par, and does so.
Yeah, it's a great putt for par.
Take a breath. Not the birdie you wanted, but you didn't let it turn into a bogey, and that's big out in this course.
Oh, Fredy's was way closer than I thought. I didn't see it sitting right there.
Yeah, just on the other side of that tree. Very good. He had a couple tree kicks in there that scooted him that way. Very fortunate break. Hole
Collin
5.
with a tap-in birdie.
Yeah, I was trying to tease us a little bit there, like he's going to chuck it a little harder than he just needed to. Just taps it in. Hole 6 now, our first par 5 of the course, 947 feet. Break it down for the people at home. What do you need to do to take the birdie or easy par?
So if you land right where the drone was, it would be a pretty easy par, maybe even a birdie. You want to flip a backhand up with a fairway to a mid-range, whatever you're more comfortable with, just to get you in the middle of the fairway. Then you can play a little more aggressive on your second shot.
To the corner in 2 is ideal. I think you said in round 1 it's about 700 feet or so to the corner. Is that true?
Yeah, probably. I don't know the exact distance, but that would be my guess.
So probably a couple fairway shots, maybe a driver for you small arm people like me.
Wow.
This is just smash. Turning the
That is
cameraman.
insane.
I mean, he probably only has 250 to the corner there now.
Yeah, that might be one of the farthest shots I've ever seen on that hole.
I mean, that really makes the hole easier, right?
Oh, 100%.
Collin's going to end up short and in the woods. Probably not be able to get to the corner in 2, but can still play for par. GT, I don't know what this red disc is, but it is flippy. And it doesn't look like he's given it the right turn to give it time to flip. But that tree kick is not that bad.
Oh, that was a great tree kick. You would rather be over there to the right than left. Now he'll have something.
Looks like you're trying to go rock off the tee here. Just control the landing zone. Are you trying to go rock here, or are you going to go rock and then maybe something a little faster, try to get to the corner?
Yeah, probably rock then driver.
Here's Collin. A smart play here would probably be a pitch into the fairway, which he is doing. But he gets pretty good distance from that position, actually. Cloudbreaker?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's missing the trees perfectly, coming around the corner. This is really good from you, Debo. Around the corner in 2 and a look at the basket.
Yeah, for it to sit like that is really good because a lot of times they'll roll to the bottom and there's like a little ditch down there and there's not many lines.
GT's going to try to join you. Just pulls this one right. Maybe gripped it a little too long there. He's going to get knocked down early and he'll have to go again. He's got to get this one around the corner. And he does it again. Back-to-back grip locks.
Yeah, I know I was having some grip issues out there with the weather. It was kind of humid, so it can definitely happen.
Does that happen often with you, stronger power players, I would say, on the tour or just in general, where it's humid, so you're saying it's pretty wet, which is usually result into early releases, but you guys like use grip bags and powder bags. Does that cause you to over grip sometimes if you're trying to overcompensate?
Man, sometimes I mean it's kind of both. Like sometimes it's too grippy, sometimes it's too slippery. Like it kind of depends on where you are in the world and like the temperature. It's just so weird how it works like that.
Yeah, part of the mental game and kind of pro level approach. Something to think about next time you watch people anywhere in the world and thinking about those added elements to performing. Collin gets around the corner after 3. GT's just short in the corner, but technically has a hyzer line if he hits it just right to give himself a bogey look. Oh, and I thought he had it, but it's going to clip one of those last kind of fairway trees, and he's going to be way back. There's that ditch you were talking about.
Yeah, it feels like a zone. It feels really good.
Here you are on the side of the hill. How much more difficult does this hill make the approach?
It kind of depends where you are, but if you do a standstill like that, it's not too difficult. But there's spots where it can be very difficult. Like me and Colin are both just going standstills, and we shouldn't have any problems.
I imagine a little bit of wetness coming from rain potentially would make that hill much more difficult.
Oh yeah, it sure does.
GT from probably 70 feet or so. Gives it a
great bed.
Yeah, online just too high. Fredy now to try to go 4 down through 6.
Oh my God.
And the shrug from Fredy saying it went in. Like, I guess it was a good putt. Collin with his par putt, and just like that, Fredy and Collin are within in a couple strokes. And out here, a couple strokes is not guaranteed.
Yeah, you can gain that on one hole out here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we saw it in round 1, right? Fredy took a triple bogey on 14. We've seen, big numbers, from Ledgestone, even from this tournament, where 12 can really come get you. That back 9 is really dangerous. As many strokes as you can get for a lead is very much needed out here. Hole 7, though, is a very attackable par 3, 325. It's very tightly wooded. I would say the left side's a little better for maybe a backhand flip up or maybe a forehand, although I'm not a forehand expert. I wouldn't know if that's the best line. Is it left side, or do you take the right gap and let it flex into the left side?
It's pretty much that left side the whole way. It's kind of just straight left, I guess. But you can get sneaky on the right side. I think Fredy will show you how it's done. Oh,
had a good line there, kicked off, and he'll be 90 to 100 feet way out there. You going with a mid-range here as well, trying to flip this up. If it misses some trees, this could be really good. Yeah, it's going to be circle's edge.
Yep. It's flipped up a little too much, but that's okay.
Now, there is some OB on that right side, correct?
Yeah, it's like the start of the cornfield over there. It's pretty far right, but I was maybe 15, 20 feet from it, and Collin is also probably like 15 feet from it, maybe less.
Yeah, he was headed that direction, but there's a lot of thick grass over there, too. It's pretty hard to...
Yeah, there's no skipping.
GT with a double on the previous hole, looking to make the correction. A birdie here would feel good. And he's a little short, but is, I think, in circle or close to it for his birdie look. As I mentioned, 90 feet, 100 feet somewhere. Fredy's way back here. Think he's running it?
I think he's running. He's been running everything.
Why not?
Oh my God.
I mean, you made the first putt on one. His confidence with the putter is just got to be sky high. And talk about big putts and good scores. This is insane. He's up
Yeah, we
elevated.
might have to check those for magnets, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Double check all of that. I mean, he's above the basket. His feet are probably standing where the band is. So he's got to measure this like downhill approach and hyzer angle. He gets the front side of the basket, catches the inside lip of the rim, and he's got himself another birdie. That's going to be, count them, 5 birdies in the first 7 holes. And GT says, don't you dare big putt me. I've got a birdie too. Oh my goodness, how rude.
Yeah, we'll just let them both big putt me. No problem.
Elevator doesn't fall for you. Collin to try to keep his 2-stroke lead. Ooh,
Yes, sir.
little high, but catches there. We've got 1 tap in for you. And I mean, this could be something special here, right? Through 7 holes, he has 5 birdies. It could have been 6, could have been 7, right? Based on how he's been playing. He's just playing really well right now. Hole 8, we'll have to do a heat check here. 389 feet, OB on the right side where the creek is. No real OB on the left, but that's a common miss if you throw something with too much stability. There is OB left of the log wall there and beyond the log wall. Excuse me. I don't know why that was hard to say, but it was. He's got his Pikachu disc. You know what that is?
I don't, but he throws it very well.
Parked the hole in round 1 with it. And
It looks like he's parking a hole with it in round 3.
that's right. Oh, no, he almost went OB in round 1, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was still,
Yeah, but
he was OB, or just safe to the left.
That's right. Someone parked it. I thought it was Fredy.
It was me.
Oh, it was you. It was Debo who parked it. And now he took your lane. Collin with a pretty decent kick there, I think. He'll have an open look downhill towards the basket.
Yeah, he can definitely give that a run. Nothing but safe behind it.
GT. Hits the gap. This needs to sit down, though. It's headed left. And it's going to find the left side of that wall. OB, the one that caught Fredy, is not going to catch GT. All right, let's see if you can get back-to-back park jobs. Little cabbage clipping. Don't you dare. Oh my goodness. Kicks
Brutal.
the tree, rolls back towards the line. You can see there just barely OB. Brutal break. Long putt from you. Oh, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I don't use that putter much, but I use it for shots like that. I got it from my buddy Jared Johnson, and it's like the most beat-up wizard you'll ever see in your life.
Okay, I see it. You really decided to turn on the putting in this round. Great shot from you.
Oh, another good bid.
Yeah, Collin trying to keep his lead here. Fredy's is essentially parked, so he's going to get a birdie, we assume.
Yeah, I made that putt, and I said, Fredy, you can't have all the big putts.
I was going to say, first Fredy makes a 90, 100-footer, then you're making a 65-footer. I mean, there's big putts everywhere in this round.
Yeah, we're definitely battling. We all want to play well on this final day.
Par there for Collin. Fredy coming up. That's going to be, what is that, 6 down through 8?
Yeah, you will not see that often on this course.
Yeah, that is just insanity. Course record in sights if he can keep this up. Taking a look at hole 9, 732 feet. You mentioned this in round 1, maybe one of the hardest par 4s to score on just because of elevation and the fairway shape. What about this hole is the hardest? Is it the tee shot or the approach, do you think?
It probably is the tee shot because it has to be in a small area for you to get aggressive to get a birdie. And if you're not in that small area, you're probably not getting a birdie. And it's really not easy to get in that small landing zone you need to be in.
Yeah, Fredy had a great drive in round 1, looking to replicate that. And
that is incredible.
Yes, not only does he replicate it, he improves. That is an ideal driving location.
And that's the landing zone I was talking about. If you're not in that area, you're not getting a birdie.
Uh-oh. Collin kicks early towards the woods. Birdie out of play from there. We'll see if he can scramble for a par.
Yeah, he's just going to have to pitch out from there, most likely.
Here's GT now. This is looking really good if it holds that turnover. It doesn't. It's way up there, but it is off the fairway. Here you are with a turnover backhand. This looks like a good angle if it holds. And this is a great position. Is that far back still attackable to the green, or is that kind of a pump from there?
It's definitely a pump. And maybe if I had like 40, 50 more feet, I would be able to get more aggressive. But on that, from there, I'm just going to try to get up there as far as I can and try to get my par.
Collin does a really good job there getting to the Fredy landing zone, so he should hopefully be able to attack.
That was amazing out.
Yeah, attack for his par. And yeah, you can kind of see it here. This angle is very difficult. It'd have to be on hyzer, flip up, carry that distance, and you can see it from you. It's just going to come up short, but dead center of the fairway still.
Yeah, I just threw a mid-range, just wanted to get far up there and give myself a par opportunity.
GT.
Instead of like full sending a driver and hitting a tree and not being great.
Oh, yeah. If you hit a tree, kick in the woods, it's just going to escalate. GT's just going to have to pitch, which was not a bad pitch from the position he's in. And Fredy with a chance to maybe go up and down to tie Collin. I mean, is it too much to ask for 7 down through 9? Oh, come on. What tree kick is that? Nudges him forward by the basket. And that's going to put some pressure on Collin here. He needs to get this up and down.
Yeah, Fredy had a birdie look round 1, and now he's pretty much parked for birdie in round 3 is some of the most impressive shots I've ever seen on this hole.
What do you think is going through Collin's mind right now? He had a 4-stroke lead going into the round, shooting currently -3 through 8. Did you think in his head he ever thought he'd be potentially about to lose the lead or tie the lead after hole 9?
No chance. If you told me he was 3 down through 8, I would think he was winning by 8.
What? Wait a minute. GT just got the same kick as Fredy. What is happening with these trees?
I don't know. I wish I could get a kick like that.
I think we all would for sure. Just pitch up from you. I mean, from your position, you're playing the hole really well. You got a 20-footer for your par look. Collin needs to throw this in to only lose 1 stroke. And the pitch-up's not going to go in, which means if Fredy makes his putt, which I can't imagine he'll miss that, and Collin makes his, it will be a 2-stroke swing, and not only will Fredy be not just tie for lead, he'll actually take the solo lead after 9 holes.
Yeah, that's impressive. 7 through 9 is unbelievable.
Just for context at home, the record, if I'm not mistaken, is by Cole Redallen at -9.
Yeah, I think Cole and Kyle Klein, if I'm not mistaken, people can double-check that. I think they both shot 9 unders.
Well, he only needs 2 more birdies, which, to be fair, the back 9 is the difficult 9, so he's going to have to play some more perfect golf to have a chance at it. But we are watching some great disc golf just across the card, not just from Fredy. It feels like Fredy's making it all look lackluster. I mean, GT's neg 1, you're neg 1, Collin's neg 2. I mean, you guys are playing great rounds. He just has 7 green squares on his scorecard.
Yeah, that's insane.
If you haven't already, check us out on Patreon. Thank you guys who have already done so in supporting us. Without your guys' support, we could not continue to do what we do. If you haven't already as well, please like and subscribe. Click that notification bell when more content comes out, and we will see you guys on the back nine and conclusion of this tournament in just a minute.